Thank you. We're back for another episode. I've had a bit of a break from the game for about a week, so I'm just going to try and remind myself where we're up to. So we started off, we took out, we were on a continent, as we can see. Persepolis was our capital. We had the Vikings and the English. As Persia, we have a unit, the Immortal, which we used to attack the Vikings, which went really well. We took 2 cities. And without using a single unit, we then turned south and wiped out the English. So this meant we had all this territory to ourselves. Just positives and negatives. Positives, you know, we've not had to build too many military units. And we've got a lot of space. The downsides, I've got a feeling we are going to be behind in tech. The year at the moment is 735 AD, and we're 5 turns off sailing. So we cannot be far from meeting some new civilizations. I cannot believe there's not some people with astronomy out there by now. So I think the building phase of the game is nearly done. I mean, I think we've pretty much filled out the continent as much as I want to. I mean, potentially you could put a city here just to use up space, maybe. But in terms of general amount of territory, I think we're going to be doing pretty well. So this is going to be the last phase of. Really, we need to sort the economy out. We're in dire straits economically. I mean, we're on 20% science and losing 22 gold per turn. So that needs to go down immediately. And look at that, 0%, we're only just breaking even. So that is a problem. That's what we need to turn around. But I think we can do it. Okay, we still haven't got calendars like that's a priority. I want to get to banking as well. So we just have a look and let's do a bit of planning. So we're about to get sailing, so that'll mean we can work some sea tiles. I'm thinking if we can get to banking, especially because we've not met anyone yet, and it's a way down the line. But that means all of our cities at least can have specialists in them. And if we can combine that maybe with representation, which again, where are we? We're a way off it. It would have been nice to have got the pyramids. So I'm just trying to remind myself. Constitution, there we go. So yeah, potentially constitution with mercantilism, which we'll get through banking. Might be a way we can get some science. If you think about that, every city will have one specialist, which could be a scientist, could be anything else, and then each one of those will get +3 science through representation. So I'm sort of thinking that could be the way we want to set up the economy long term. But we need to sort of save the situation at the moment. Okay, so I remember we were going to chop this forest. What do we want here? Probably a cottage, I think. So let's chop just for now. Okay, great scientist. Well, so we definitely want to build an academy. Let's just see. I imagine the capital, especially because it's the Great Library, is by far and away the best science producer. But let's just see. Well, nobody's producing loads, probably because I've just hammered the science rate. In terms of gold, but that's because it's the religious capital, of course. So yeah, I think definitely the capital should have the economy, the academy. So hopefully that'll have a bigger impact once we start upping the science rate. Okay, so Nidaros, I seem to remember I've got an eye on that for the ironworks one day. So I'm trying to leave these forests in place. For them. So I guess let's just connect that with a road. We're going to need. I want to get to calendar soon. That should be on the way to. I think that's on the way to banking. Let me just check. No, it's not really on the way to anything, is it? But it's probably worth just grabbing, because we do have quite a lot of stuff. We need to get a bit of a navy at some point. There's quite a lot of barbarian galleys around as well, which aren't really that big of an inconvenience, but if I start wanting to work these sea tiles, because I mean this shocking city Iskahar is only going to be good with the fish. Okay, I wonder if I should build on these ruins or not. We did get the science pops. I don't think that happens twice, so let's just build a cottage on there. Yes, I know. It gets quite annoying. Well, we're nowhere near the wealthiest, but then again, I wouldn't really expect to be. I don't know how we find out these things. We should speak to this guy. He seems to know where everyone lives. York is unhappy. Probably take a look at London. Yeah, London seems to be producing. Why are you producing so many great people? Oh, okay, because you can't work the sea tiles. Yeah, that'll be it. Okay. Right, so potentially, I mean, I could build a mosque, but I don't think we really need the happiness in London at the moment. So let's just go research for London. That should help. See, we're just, well, a small contribution. So at least now, you know, now that we've got Alphabet, these places that have run out of things to build can just pump their production into research. Okay. We need to build a mine on this hill, don't we? So let's do that. Need to build a few mines around there, actually. Okay, for you. Just trying to think. So Zohak. He's struggling a little bit for food, so I'm thinking this plains here should really be a farm, which we can't build till civil service. So let's put you somewhere else. Guess we should connect this city down here. Especially since half the time probably the barbarians are raising the route through the sea. Was in Susa, so I think Susa is going to be a bit of a hybrid, but it's got a few cottages and it's going to have some spices, so I think that could be producing quite a bit of science, especially when we up the science rate later. Granary for now. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting somewhere with. See, already we've only been playing a few turns and the economy's turning around a little bit. If we build the theatre, do we get any bonus for that at the moment in happiness? So we are unhappy. York's doing quite well as a city in general, to be honest. So the theatre does help happiness, but you have to devote a part of your gold towards it. I don't have dye, which is a pain. Don't have incense either, so the mosque is sort of negated a little bit. It'll get +2 happiness, but you get more if you've got incense. I should probably let's build a military. Let's just build an immortal for now, just to suppress the population a little bit. And I am going to gradually need to increase my military, because when I meet other civs, you know, they are going to form a bad impression if I'm comparatively weak. Not that immortals, I mean immortals are totally out of date by this stage, but they can be upgraded later on. And for the time being, as I say, they can suppress the population. Yeah, you can chop that. And the road or cottage? I mean, it is actually connected. Let's just build the cottage for now, I think. I mean, we need food, but it's never going to be a massive city. This is just, you know, to use up the space. So, okay, so sailing. This should help a little bit, because we'll be able to work sea tiles and build lighthouses.
You can't direct the wind, but you can adjust your sails.
What next? Shall I just... Yeah, I think we should just... Calendar doesn't really lead anywhere, but I do think we need it. It'd be nice to get... We've got quite a lot of spices. And... yeah, I think we should. Okay, so let's get some lighthouses built, I guess. You were going to be a cottage, that's right. So you should build a lighthouse. You should build the lighthouse. Not that you can work any tiles, but you're going to need the lighthouse. Zhong Liang has died in combat. I wonder what the hell that's all about. Okay, let's make some improvements around Susa. A few mines that need to be built around there. Okay, so temporarily that gets York happy again. Let's build the theatre. This forest here doesn't do anything, it's not connected to either city, so that's... and neither is this hill. We're going to be working this silk soon, so let's build a road on there ready to connect it when we get calendar. Will that pop the borders? Can I see that? 29 gold, I mean, yeah, might as well. Yeah, and it did. You can build a road. Let's get this all. Yeah, and you were building a road as well. So it's been a funny game, this one. I can't think that I've played many games and reached 795 AD and been out. I mean, as I say, when we actually do meet someone, which must be soon, it's going to be such a... Our people must just think we're alone. It's going to be like a UFO landing on the White House lawn or something. Yeah, I think a granary. That's right, I was going to build the Maui statues in London, wasn't I? So I can do that now that I've got sailing. I mean, there's an argument for others. I mean, London could be a good city with the Maui statues. There's an argument, you know, for building it in a city like Istakar, which is a really shit city. And potentially the Maui statues might make that an adequate city, but I think I prefer to just have a really good city in London. Okay. Barracks, I guess. I mean, it's got a few mines around. It might one day help towards. And let's start chopping these forests around the spices, because we're going to be working those very soon, which will again help our economy. Should help York actually as well with the happiness. Sistine Chapel. Well, we might actually get that. It's going to help her. I wasn't planning on going for a cultural victory, but that will help a long way down the line. Yeah, how's your happiness doing? Okay. Gonna build one immortal just to keep you. There we go. I like the fact we're still able to win some of these wonders. It makes me think maybe we're not as far behind. Wishful thinking, maybe. I mean, music was the pinnacle of our. You know, we did sort of beeline towards it. Look at that huge cultural value. Every Islamic building, which we have quite a lot of them, +5 culture. Yeah, you can build the lighthouse. Because I'm thinking Gordium's probably going to be using the wheat, although I don't know. If Zohak uses the wheat, perhaps I could build. I'm not thinking cottage so much. I mean, maybe a workshop, but that's down the line. So what, 10 turns to calendar? Let's chop this forest here. And then we can work the spices by the time we've chopped it, there or thereabouts. Yeah, and you can build this road. Susa. So this rice needs irrigation. Well, yeah, we've said this before, haven't we? The rice can be irrigated from the south. So I think we're okay to build cottages here. Okay, you can just go research for now. And the same for you. So you're just gonna stay, just maintain the happiness. Yeah, and we set a cottage there. Maybe one day Oxford University should go in Susa with all these cottages around. And potentially if I do that I might change some of the mines to windmills. Then they'll produce gold as well. It could have been a really good production city as well, Susa. I mean it will be. But Nidaros I think I'm going to go. So I'm going to take these mines. Yeah, so let's well, no, I'll leave that mine there for now, but in the long run I'm thinking this mine and this forest and this stone, this is all going to go to Nidaros, and this forest as well. But not so much at the moment, it doesn't really need it. You can shop for the spices. Yeah, chop, chop, chop. Okay, Okay. Is it worth starting to build a galley, or shall I wait I should probably wait for triremes before I start, trying to get rid of all these barbarians. So research on mosque. I don't think I need the mosque in that city. So let's just go research. So look at the research already. So we're on, like a couple of turns ago, we're on 47, and now we're on 112. I mean, granted, we've assigned some cities to devote themselves to research, but still, we're getting somewhere, and we need to. I mean, I still think we're in for a shock when we meet someone as to how far behind we're likely to be. But we can catch up. We're big enough to catch up, definitely. You hang around, because, well, you can build a road, I suppose. I don't want to move you too far, because I want to have you there to build the spices. Yeah, you can chop. Yeah, and you can build a mine here. And you can go there to next turn. I think next turn, or maybe next turn but one, build the spices here. You can go and connect this fur, these two furs. Might as well build a theatre. Yeah, and let's build theatres there as well. Be able to build the globe theatre somewhere, probably York. York seems to be the one that's struggling for happiness the most. Yeah, chop this forest around the spices. Although, I can be working these spices next turn, I suppose, so... Oops.
For everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven.
I'd like to build this, I think, the Museum of... I forgot that I got that with Calendar. But, yeah, I'd like to do another Golden Age. Let's see if it's still available. Currency could be good. Again, we need to head for our economy. And it's on the way to banking. Civil service would help us with the irrigation, but I think there's enough for our workers to be doing at the moment with the connecting all the spices and the silk. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking currency. So yeah, you guys. Should we chop first? I think we should. No. So that little symbol. So the city is working that tile. So if I was to chop the forest first, I'd get the chop load quicker, but I'd lose the production. So let's just build the plantation, which means I keep the extra production for the forest until it's built. If that makes sense. That built wonder must already have been built, has it? Yeah, there we go. You see, it's all the wonder has already been built. So yeah, that's not a good sign. Lighthouse, definitely. Try and maintain 20%. Maybe one of my cities should be. Maybe you should go. Oh, I can't go wealth, of course. Okay, so research it is then. At least with the research, I'm getting up to a healthy level, even without the science. science at 10%. Chance of another great scientist in a couple of turns as well. Have you built the national epic yet? Obviously I've... Yeah, so you built the national epic. You've got the Parthenon, so this is why you should be producing quite a lot of... Yeah, so you're producing 26 great person points a turn, and then that's multiplied, so... Yeah, you should be pumping out the great people. Okay, let's get the cottage built there. Plantation even. London's supposed to be building the Maui statues. That's right. Great profit, interesting. So I get a +2 culture now for all these specialists, so I think I definitely want to settle him. So yeah, I guess we're settling him in the capital. There's an argument for sending him to Nidaros, because if I'm saying that's going to be a major production city, but I think that can do it on its own. I don't think that needs too many great people. Currency should help quite a lot. Currency, as soon as we pop that, will give us an extra trade route in each city. So to see the trade routes in Civ 4, you actually have to go to the city screen. And see this here. So I'm only trading, because I haven't met anyone at the moment. I could only trade with my own cities. Whereas if I had neighbours, I'd be able to have more trade routes, which would produce more gold. So this is another big downside of probably why my economy isn't doing as well. But even within my own cities, I mean, if I have an extra trade route in each one of these cities, let's say they all produce 1.65 extra gold a turn, that's going to let me skip up at least one science level. So we can now build the globe theatre if we want somewhere. I guess we probably do need an aqueduct. I mean, population will be going up. I think I won't switch these cities from research just for now. I think I do need the contribution. Because some of these techs we're getting like currency now, they're really going to help. So it's good to get them as fast as possible. I imagine Confucianism has just been founded, so I imagine that's someone getting to divine right. I'll have a look in a second and see if all the religions have been founded, but I think that's probably the last one. Ugh. Okay, the priority I think is the spices. So let's just look at the religion screen. Oh no, okay. So Hinduism hasn't been founded. So because we chose our religions. Okay, so divine right hasn't been founded yet, which is usually the last religion to be researched. So okay. Again, maybe I think we're behind, but how far is the question? If there's people, well, we'll see. It's useless speculating. All we can do is try and build the economy to the best we can. Connect up this fur. So we seem to be stabilising at 20% now. Perhaps you should build... no, let's get currency, then you can build the aqueduct. Okay, so like, we've got currency. So immediately, we seem to be producing
Everything
a
is
bit more
worth
blood.
what its purchaser will pay for it.
And of course we've got our unique building now, which... what does that do? Let's have an apocryphy. Unique for the Persian Empire, replaces the grocer, so it gives you the 25% gold, which you would get anyway. Plus 1 health. Can turn 2 citizens into a merchant. Doesn't seem that much better than a normal normal grocer, to be quite honest. I suppose that turning 2 citizens to a merchant is useful if you want to build great merchants, but yeah. So if we compare that to a grocer, okay, so you could still do that. So what's the difference? Banana, spices, sugar, wine. I'm not seeing it. Citizens merchant, what does it do? 25% gold, 25% gold, 2 citizens to a merchant, the same. Not sure. Let's have a look on the. Maybe I'll see it better on the city screen. Got a feeling it gives happiness, but it didn't seem to. Maybe I'm just being blind. Where to next? Let's think. So banking, we said we wanted. Do we want to pick anything else up first? Civil service. So if we were to go straight for banking. So what's that? So that would take us to feudalism. I mean, metal casting could be good for the production, but we're doing okay for production. We don't really need the extra production right now. We could do with triremes for the barbarians, but maybe that's a bit of a luxury. Again, it's not a game maker. It'd be nice to be able to use our seafood, but so feudalism. Feudalism to guilds to banking. Is that what we're doing? Oh no, feudalism to metal casting. Really? You need metal casting to who'd have thought it? I suppose you need the coins, right? Makes sense. Okay, well, metal casting will give us the trireme, so let's do it this way. Okay. So yeah, you build the spices. Now let's get some markets built because they will help with the gold. So our science is going to come down now, temporarily. Although having said that, I mean we are doing much better. So I don't think we've got anyone working on research anymore. I'll just double check, just to make sure I've not missed anyone. I hate this city screen. So one thing about this mod that I think it's just too much. I could see everything I needed. Okay, so there's no one building up. Still building courthouses, bloody hell. Probably whip them when we can. See, they're a drain. When we can get those courthouses built, they will really help a lot. Okay, so you've grown. So you're at your growth limit, but that's okay for now. Keep producing the great people. I mean, maybe the globe theatre should go here. That would mean it sort of removes the cap, so... Because at the moment... What else could go here? So we've got the National Epic. So National Epic Globe Theatre could work well together. Okay, so we should be getting the happiness now from the spices, which is good. Let's go and get the silk. We should definitely up the science rate. We're doing quite well for gold now. I think we can sustain that. I think by the time we get lower, I think we can probably go in places now. So if you look at it now, see we've got two 1.7 trade routes, so that's helped. To all our cities, so you know that's quite a lot of extra gold. I mean, ideally, you know, we'd be producing more gold than that with other civilizations, but can't have everything. That's the advantage of this space. And there we go. Hinduism has been founded somewhere, so that means someone has got to divine right. So if we look at the tech tree, there's somebody out there. Miss Divine Right. Yeah, so someone out there is here. Which isn't a million miles away. We're behind, definitely, but I'm prepared to bet we're bigger than them. So we should be able to catch up. Okay, let's go and get these spices over here before I forget about them. Temple, I guess, gives us the culture. Let's rebuild this farm. It annoys me when things get destroyed. I think this other town should probably be a farm as well, because I think we do need a little bit more food for Pascode, however you pronounce it. Lighthouse, I guess. Susa, I think can, even though this is a plain, I think we're producing enough food to justify putting a cottage here. I don't like that forest there, so I'm going to get rid of it. That is a perfect place for an invasion, and that's a city that could quite easily be taken one day. It's you could say it's unlikely that someone's going to be coming this far and invade, but still, you never know. And it will help us to that courthouse. Moose herds. Fair enough. Yeah, that should be enough to build the aqueduct. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Globe Theatre. I think I will. Because it will mean I don't have to worry about happiness, because I want to max out the city's population. So that, you know, it can just farm great people. Yeah, market would be useful for all these cottages. Production's so bad in this city. Let's get the theatre. London needs to get rid of that galleon. Look at the they're starving. I mean, we won't let anyone starve. I mean, if needs be, we could swap things, take some tiles off York, but in the long run, that's definitely what I'll be doing. Once we get to metal casting, which should be soon, I think we're going for that after feudalism on the tech trade, the road to banking that I selected. We should be able to build a few triremes and really start getting rid of these pirates. We've had a big pirating problem for a long time. So again, I'm just holding off building. I think I'm going to expand some farms. Right, I suppose this tile here I'll struggle to irrigate, so I could build a cottage there. I mean, I could, you know, as I say, I could temporarily grab the fish. I've got a workboat here ready, but it's really not worth it because the barbarians will just come and raise it. So I should just probably save the workboat for now. Okay, so I guess you can go back to research. Just look at that jump. Most powerful civilization in the world. Well, considering I've not really been focusing on my military at all, because I've not needed to, I'm still 6th, and as far as I'm aware, there's 13 civs left in the game. I've only noticed 2 that are dead. So, that's again quite promising. I mean, Shouldn't take too long. I mean, I suppose we're up there because we've got so many cities, and even just the city garrisons that I've got in there, you know, that does add up. Yeah, so you've built a lighthouse, so let's build a granary. So again, I'm not touching these forests here. This is for Nidoras. I want to build lumber mills on these forests eventually. Let's go and work the silk. I'll build a road here just because it's a bit of a trek. Let's say if there was an invasion, you know, I don't want to have to go all the way around there. Yeah. And I guess you can just build a cottage. I mean, we're going to need the... I don't know if it'll ever get work there, that's the thing, because there's not going to be enough food. Yeah, there's no point, it won't get worked. So... just chop this forest down. Get the production. The capital, I don't know. I don't know whether to keep these forests or not. It's good for the health, definitely. Maybe I keep them for now. Let's just go and get these spices down here. So York's about to build a market. Let's just see how much of an impact that has. See, lowers the science.
I will to my lord be true and faithful, and love all which he loves, and shun all which he shuns.
So potentially we could change some civics around there if we wanted to. Let's have a look. I mean, we could go vassalage, which would reduce... I mean, it's definitely better than barbarism, but... do I want the anarchy? Because it's not going to have that big an impact. I'm not really building military units at the moment. I suppose the main thing, it will reduce the support cost, which actually isn't insignificant. 17 free units. Caste system. Again, am I using slavery? Or maybe I want to whip out a couple of those courthouses still. Organised religion, I'm fairly happy with that. Is it worth a couple of turns of anarchy? 3 turns of anarchy. I'm just going to hold off for now, I think, because I'm going to want to be making... I think I'll wait till I've got mercantilism and do it then. Let's build the mosque here, because York again is struggling with happiness. Archer can deal with this, I think, because it's doing nothing else. University of Sankor, it's a shame. It's a nice wonder, that one, but... build a monument, I mean, get the happiness. Yeah, build the road, why not? Getting close to the point, well, not quite yet, but we will be getting close to the point where the workers have literally filled the place up and we can automate them. I mean, we could build longbowmen now, which is good defensively if we need them. Considerably the strongest unit we've had so far. Market there actually should have done good things for our economy, because that's where we have the holy city. So that should mean we can raise the science rate again. Let's go wealth for now. Oh, didn't mean to go 100%. Let's try it. Yeah, 50% we can manage, I think. So I want to build a national park here one day. So I'm thinking if I leave this tile, maybe forest could spread. The fact that the forest hasn't spread here so far might mean there's something like iron on that tile. It's disgraceful that I haven't got iron at 1030 AD. I know. These plains are never going to get irrigated, so again maybe a cottage there. There's spices here, of course. Let's connect them. Wow. There are other people. Mansa Musa, Christian. Welcome, Damien. I, Mansa Musa, humble ruler of Mali, offer my hand to you in friendship. So our score is better than them. But that might just be down to size. Let's see where we are in tech. There should definitely be peace in our time. So yeah. So they have more tech than us, but we have... So music might have paid off. Music is a bit of a dead-end tech. It doesn't lead anywhere else. So we should definitely look at trading that. 2,700. So 3,700. What would you give me for this? Not a bad offer, but let's see. What about some of these back? So I kind of like ironworking. So literature for ironworking seems fair. And then music, 27. What else have you got? There's 27. Civil service would be good, but that's probably too much. Theology. Don't really need that. Philosophy, no. Well, he's not going to give me that. Construction. Well, what would you suggest? Okay, you know what? I reckon he'll look a little bit favourably on this trade, which should boost our relations. So it's probably worth doing. So yeah, I accept your offer. So we've got a happiness bonus for... Yeah, look, our trade relations have been fair and forthright, so that's good. Open board as well. Might just hold off on that for now. Because it's really of no benefit to me. Because I don't have astronomy, I'm not going to get the trade routes anyway. I don't have astronomy to explore. Having said that, I won't be that long away from optics. Now, at the moment he'll accept open borders, but is that always going to continue? Because he is a different religion to me. No, I think I'll keep them closed for now. But I would like to...
hammer your iron when it is glowing hot.
Yeah, I would like to try and spread Islam around at some point.
2 cities have been formed by 2 loves, the earthly by the love of self, the heavenly by the love of God.
Okay, so I might as well chop this forest down here because that's not being worked by anyone. Okay, so we do have iron, which is good. Where is the iron? Some iron in the deserts, okay. Some iron there. There's some more somewhere. Okay. Well, we've got at least 2 iron. I thought I heard 3. Let's just... One of these buttons shows the resources. Okay. There's iron there. No, maybe I've just got 2 iron. But hey ho, that's all you need really. Okay, so I think that's a good point to end this episode. So we've just met the outside world, the Milanese Empire. And although we are behind in tech, I think it's very workable.